Alright, we're going to be watching BillyMohony, who's playing Sojourn on Ilios. This is Silver 1 on console. Sojourn at Silver. Any help? 20 hours played, I placed Gold 5, but went back to Silver 1 as a result of a loss streak. Looking to provide more value as Sojourn, as I'm losing 80% of my game since getting my placement, so I must not be providing enough value to win more. Any help is appreciated. I want to focus on one hero right now, and Sojourn suits my playstyle. Not really interested in switching depending on map or comp as of now. So this is actually a very interesting replay, which are typically the ones I go for these days because some of them end up being very repetitive. So often when DPS are like, look, I'm not able to win games, you take a look at it and it's like pretty basic mechanical errors, right? Especially at the lower ranks. It's like, look, they can't hit shots, they can't hit easy shots, they're constantly shooting the tank, you know, they're not able to get a good off angle, they're not using their abilities correctly, they don't use their defense abilities to stay alive, pretty basic stuff. This is an interesting replay because you're actually very good at getting kills. You're extremely good at getting kills, and your accuracy is nuts. Like, console has aim assist, which makes things easier, but your accuracy is really, really, really good. Like, if you were just looking at your accuracy in, like, if we just, like, cherry pick moments of this game, I could easily believe this is Masters or GM even, because you hit almost every single railgun in this entire game. It's, like, actually bonkers. I think your projectile aim is not as good, especially when you actually need to lead targets, which is probably a function of the aim assist problem. And I think your trigger discipline isn't as good, right? So if we look at it as a whole, like, you're not at that level of aim, but like in pure railgun accuracy, like, is really good, and you get kills constantly. So why can't you win games? And this is why this replay is interesting. So the replay is interesting because the reason why you can't win games is you're very strong when the enemy team allows you to farm your railgun and then you start railgunning people, right? That because you use the railguns against squishies almost exclusively, which is great, and you get kills, and things are wonderful. Which is why the first round of this game, you do really well against Roadhog, right? Because they basically do nothing to stop your railguns, and you just constantly kill the opposing team. Like, you are just straight up carrying your team through the wins. In the second map, they switch to Reinhardt and then Winston, and then you have a lot of trouble farming your charge, and then you start losing it. Like, you start dying in some situations, you're not pushing aggressively, and in the third round, you're playing way too far back, and you basically can't get energy at all, and you just can't get nearly as many kills. When you do have railgun, you do get kills, but the problem is you go from getting railgun every, let's say, 10 seconds to getting railgun every 25 seconds, and that makes an enormous difference on how often you're able to win a fight. So let's step through this. We're going to go through the first round initially, but we're not going to go into too much detail. I just want to demonstrate, like, when you are successful, why are you successful? And then we're going to skip forward to the second round and the third round to be able to talk more about, like, why does that break down. So you step here, farming the Roadhog for charge, great. You look for I'm also not going to go through too many minor details here. Your disruptor shots are a problem, but I don't think it's a big enough issue to worry about it right now. Like, as you start peaking, like, and like plateauing more as you climb up, because honestly, I think the advice from this video alone will get you, I don't know, another 5 to 10 ranks easily, because your aim is just so much better than what I would expect from your level. Once you start plateauing again, come back and think about how to get more value out of your disruptor shot, because it is a problem, but it's not enough of a problem that I want to focus on it for this video. Anyway, you're looking for a squishy to right click. Yep, hit it right there, right? Yar is nearly dead. You farm again. You notice the Roadhog's nearly dead. You blow him up. Excellent, right? Good opportunity to use it on the Roadhog, because the Roadhog is low. He is in the open. Your team is able to follow up. Good time to actually shoot the tank for once, right? And he dies. You hit the headshot as well. Then you kill the Torb, right? So now you're at, what, 2 kills, and you nearly killed the Yari, right? Which basically knocked her out of the fight. And now it's just clean up. Okay, so next fight, they're setting up. You're going after the... Oh, I think you railgun the Widow here, right? A headshot, railgun on the Widow. You try to chase her down. I think you must know that you cannot climb up from the ground. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you cannot get up there as Sojourn from low ground. But you chase down the Widow. Widow kind of gives herself up here, right? She's dead. I would be careful about that peek at higher rank because she could kill you on the re-peek, but it is what it is. You missed that railgun. Rare miss, right? Ana dies, right? Soldier dies. So you just killed 3 people right now, right? All right, and you kill the Ana, so you just killed four of the opposing heroes in this fight. So next fight, you're trying to off angle here. I think you struggle this because you struggle with leading targets. But again, you get enough charge, kill the Yari, right? Like, the enemy team are like basically bots to you. You know, like you're having no trouble killing them pretty much whenever you want. Soldier's low here. I would take the Mega. Remember, you're standing right next to a Mega health pack. Like this heals you right now for full. So you don't need to retreat. Just take the Mega and kill the Soldier. I think this is a good example where you don't look that experienced at the game, right? Which makes sense because you only have 20 hours played. But understanding health packs and like how to use them and how to plan fights around them is important. But regardless, Soldier's not able to push out. You try to farm some more damage. This Soldier, only reason he's able to win this fight is because he gets the Mega. Right? You're actually like way ahead right now. He ends up killing you. Fine, whatever. But regardless, your team's still capped and won. Okay? So, recapping. Why were you successful? Right? You were able to farm your railgun off the tank, and then you were able to kill squishies. And even when that wasn't happening, you were able to off-angle, get charge, and kill squishies. Pretty much, if the opposing team does not come after you and pressure you in any way, you will murder them. You'll kill everybody in their backline. And I'm not exaggerating when I say everyone in the backline. Like one of those fights, you kill 4 people. And even the other, like if you kill 1 person per fight, that's already carrying, right? That's already really strong play. If you kill 2, almost assuredly you're going to win the fight. Killing more than 2 is like bonkers. So you're just like basically just knocking the enemy team down like bowling pins. It's like it's not a problem at all for you to constantly keep killing them. So why does that not work now? So for starters, let's come out of spawn. So pretty much 99% of the time in Overwatch, when you leave spawn, if you have a mobility skill, you use that mobility skill because you want to get to the front as soon as possible. That applies to the start of the round, so you can begin setting up and get position, and it applies later on when you're respawning and you want to rejoin your team to be able to attack or defend the point sooner. So you should use slide right away. And I will note here, again, you probably don't have a lot of Overwatch map knowledge because you're very new. As a general rule, if you don't know where to go, follow the rest of your team because the odds that the rest of your team doesn't know where to go is unlikely. So you don't need to use slide right away. Just walk out if you don't know the map, right? Look at where everybody else is going, then slide and follow the lead person. So in this example, follow the Moira. I don't want this video to turn into like an Ilios map guide, but the short answer is there's basically 3 ways of pushing Ilios. You either go top here, or you go to the right, or you go inside to the left and straight to point, depending on what your composition is and what your objectives are, blah, 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 blah. I think that for Sojourn, you really want to go and just take top left, right, and get up into the sniper nest platform, and you want to get there as soon as you possibly can. So probably, I believe your fastest option would be to slide jump this way and then walk up here and then go this way towards the platform. At this point, if you chose to go left, fine, so be it. Right from here, slide and then jump up onto the bridge. But you don't do any of those things, right? You see, you walk forward, you're like, wait, I should maybe go this way, and now you go and turn up. Now, this may not seem like a big deal, but look at where the opposing team is relative to where you are. You're way too far back, and the Reinhardt and the Mercy are already out here, and they're going towards point. This is going to become relevant because this allows them to take that space away from your team, get position on point. The Symmetra's here and putting up turrets, right? And then you're not going to be able to take it, despite the fact that the Sombra dies at the very start of the fight. So this is a 5-on-4. This should be an easy win for your team, but because you're not there, you can't push that advantage. It's effectively a 4v4 because you're just not there in time, and it's because of such a basic mistake of just not getting to the front fast enough. If you're already up here, you'd force the Reinhardt to slow down because he's probably shielding, right? And then you could continue applying pressure. You could slide jump over here and apply pressure to the Mercy that way. You have a lot of options, but simply not being here is, to some extent, fight losing, or at least fight stalling, which is bad because they're going to cap point first. Okay, so let's think, what information do we have right now? We know the Sombra is dead because we saw it on the kill feed, and hopefully you have audio cues turned on, so you know that when you get an audio cue as well when a hero dies. So you know that their team is down 1, okay? We also have at this point seen that there is a Symmetra. So they have a Symmetra, they have an Ana, right? They have a Reinhardt, and they have a Mercy. Basically, none of these heroes can hurt you. Certainly none of them can kill you quickly. So at this point in time, I don't need to play safe, I need to play aggressive. Because when the enemy team gives me space to do my job, I need to do my job because I won't always have space. That's a very important concept to understand as DPS is you do not get to do what you want to do all game long. The enemy team, in particular the enemy tank, are designed to stop you from being strong all game long. If they don't, you'll kill them, which is exactly what happened in round 1, where if they just don't pressure you, you literally kill everybody. So in this game, right, at this moment in time, I understand they are down 1. I want to be aggressive. And to give you an example of how aggressive you could be, you literally could slide jump all the way over here and you would not die. Right? How are they going to kill you in this situation? What, the Ana is going to turn and try to kill you, or the Reinhardt's going to walk in and try to kill you? Your Zarya's right here can bubble, your Mei could wall them off, right? Your supports could save you with Suzu. There's so many things here. Like, you literally could just stand right here, like 10 meters away from the Reinhardt, and you would not die. I'm not saying you necessarily should do that. I'm just pointing out that is how aggressive you could be right now, and you still wouldn't die for it. Most likely. Because the key thing right now is to continue getting picks. This Ana's late in her rotation. I circled them wrong. The Mercy and Symmetra's on point. The Ana's still rotating, right? The Ana needs to die before getting here. That's your job. Right now, you need to be laser focused. Ana must die. How do you kill Ana in this situation? Well, you gotta gun her down. But it's really hard to kill her from this far away, especially if the Reinhardt can shield for her. So slide, jump here, and just continue poking down the Ana from a very close angle. Because the farther away you are, you'll notice you're not hitting any shots. Right? Like, it's really, really hard to hit anything. Like your left click, right? Not right click. Left click is the automatic fire. I know you're playing on console, so the button's gonna be different. But I'm gonna use it instinctively, right? So left click is automatic. Right click or railgun is the burst. So again, it's really hard to hit your left clicks from this far away. Your automatic fire. Okay, your accuracy right now is very poor, right? Like 20% maybe. Okay, disruptor goes off. I would note right now, you can kill the Mercy. You could have killed the Mercy in the window right here. So, quick trick to know how much damage you're going to do. Take your current energy and add 30. So at 81, you do 131... sorry, you do 111 damage. I don't know why I added that as 131. Yeah. So the damage goes from 30 to 130, right, with a 1.5x multiplier. So, for headshots. So, you would do 111 damage right now, which is enough to kill this Mercy. I think it's very, very close. Very close, yeah, 110. I would have fired it anyway. But regardless, you get it right here. I think it is unusual at higher ranks for the Mercy to step out that far, and for the Ana to not heal. So I think I would have gone for the doorway shot, personally. But it's fine, right? So Ana's dead. They're capping the point. You're now up 4v3, right? Because you killed the Mercy, and then they killed your Moira. So it's 4v3 situation. I want to make sure they don't cap here. We have an advantage. Just go forward and kill them. Right? Any way you want to push this is fine. I think easiest, slide down here, gun down the Symmetra from this door, then clear the turrets, right? And go in and take care of the Rhine after that. So I think you want to be aggressive right now. This is not being aggressive, right? It's like, okay, yeah, you hit the headshot, but your team is fighting on point, like really aggressively. You need to go now. You're way too far away. Ana's rotating. You could just slide over here, disrupt her in front of her, and kill her. You have so many options right now to win this fight, but standing way far back is not helping you at all, right? So, again, despite the fact that they are down a player, they managed to cap the point. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it's indicative of the fact that you're not being aggressive enough when you have an advantage. So you railgun again, right? Looking for it, right? You kill the Ana. So again, like, they're crumbling right now. Just push in, just slide in right now and get kills. Don't think of yourself as like a turret hero, right? Don't play really far back as a sniper. You need to be aggressive at the right times. And that's something Sojourn's really good at, is understanding when can I slide in and win the fight and not get punished for it. So again, just slide in and finish them off, right? The closer you are, the more damage you will deal on average, because your shots will be more accurate. So that accelerates the pace of the fight. So when you have the advantage, accelerate the fight. When you go to the disadvantage, slow down the fight, right? Play farther back, play cover. Good example how you're definitely new to Overwatch. You thought this would break, which is a reasonable guess. This cannot break. All right. So, as a note here, you just heard the Sombra, I think, teleport right now. You're gonna hear it now. Yeah. So right there, you heard the Sombra teleport. So it's gonna be pretty soft, but it's hard because my audio is actually shit. There you go. You heard it right now. Let me check the audio. It'll be maybe easier to hear. So right there, you heard it out of your left ear. So hopefully you're wearing a headset. Even if you're playing console, it's pretty much like basic Overwatch equipment or FPS equipment to be wearing a headset, so you have directional audio. You would have heard the Sombra teleport to the left. So that's something that you need to be aware of, is that the Sombra is now teleported near you, and play accordingly. Even if you didn't hear that, right? Even if you didn't hear the fact that the Sombra teleported to you, I still think it's important to recognize where is the Sombra, because if the Sombra catches you by surprise, you're in trouble. So you haven't seen the Sombra in a while, slow down your damage and start looking around for where the Sombra could be. Because the Sombra can't be stealthed forever, because then she's going to force her team to be playing a man down. So she has to do something eventually. So if you simply reduce your average value and spend more time looking for her, you will still get more value than her. And I think it's a relatively complicated concept for somebody who's first starting the game. But the short answer is, if you haven't seen the Sombra in a while, look around for the Sombra. Don't completely stop what you're doing, but be aware, am I in a position where the Sombra could kill me? If so, try to change where your position is, or just get ready to fight the duel. Anyway, that's number one. Number two here is Sombra and Symmetra are both capping this. You really don't want to allow them to cap right now. Unfortunately, you could have gone in here. I think it's pretty dangerous. I think it's probably the right call to not go into this. But you really want to be able to recap now. So despite the fact that your team had control of the map, they were able to bypass your team and cap it, which is unfortunate. Anyway, Sombra's going to come up behind you. She's going to hack you. She's going to miss the virus, and then she's going to gun you down. So look at it from the Sombra's perspective. She's going to teleport. So you would have heard this right now. She's going to walk up to you. She's going to hack you, which is plenty of time to notice what's going on. She misses the virus. Misses. Okay, finally she's able to hit you because you're moving in a straight line backwards, and then you die. If you were the Sombra here, does it look like the Sojourn is a good player? Right? Didn't notice the hack, doesn't notice the fact that you're shooting her for a while, then finally you get to kill her as she's just moving backwards in a straight line. So this is what you need to do in order to play better, right? A, be aware that the Sombra is coming. A, be aware that the Sombra, you haven't seen the Sombra, so she is somewhere. You could have guessed based on other clues that she's on the point, but that's fine. B, you should have heard the Sombra came to you right now. C is, as soon as she starts to hack, right now, you have two choices. Either immediately turn and take the duel, right, take the 1-1, or B, drop and get away from her, right? Wait for the hack to expire and then slide jump away, and then you're safe. What you cannot do is option C, which is do neither of those options, okay? You don't try to get away, and you don't start the duel, which means that all you're shooting right now is for nothing. Then the Sombra, who is behind you, that you can tell from audio, right? Again, directional audio is huge. You can tell that the Sombra is to your left or right, depending on your positioning right now. You know that she has to be right behind you right now, and to just walk backwards into the room with her and make these shots really easy, this is what gets you killed. Right? At higher ranks, you'll get punished even more for this, but I'm just noting, like, this is like a big moment because it prevents you from doing anything to be able to affect this fight. All right, we're coming back now 44 to 19, right? 45, so Sombra's here, you disrupted her, great, you're gonna kill her right here, excellent, right? A good example of, like, look, if you're able to take a fight, even if you doesn't necessarily know that she was there right away, right, you're able to kill her. I would note here is that the Sombra really should have won this fight. It's because she opens with hack, which is unnecessary, but that's a separate story. Again, like, you have 47 health. As long as she did 47 damage to you, you die. So at least she trades out for this. But, you know, it's silver, right? People make mistakes. So, Sim wall is up. You disrupt her. Okay, it's fine. Right? Kind of waiting a little bit, not a ton that we can do at this moment in time, but I'm looking for an opportunity to be able to go for the backline, right? I slide here, so right now, don't jump. So you jump after every slide, don't jump. Just land here and just kill the Sim with your automatic fire, then worry about the next phase. But because you jump past, you are not able to kill the the Symmetra. Now, she happens to die anyway from your Kiriko, but you didn't know if that was going to happen or not. Right? So as a general rule, just like make sure the confirmed kills yourself. Would you have been vulnerable to Sombra? Yeah, but like she could still keep chasing after you here anyway. But overclock's popped. Don't bother shooting Symmetra wall. Symmetra wall has like 4,000 health. It's like, I can't remember the last time I've seen Symmetra wall get broken. Right? I've been playing Overwatch for years since the Symmetra wall got put in. I think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 Symmetra walls get broken in my entire life, and it's pretty much always whole hog nano that pops Symmetra wall. So don't even bother shooting the wall. It's not gonna work. So we're looking for kills over here, ideally. All right, you find the Ana. Excellent. She's died. It's good that you didn't use right click there because you didn't need it. So I look over here. What do I see? I see Mercy here Valked inside, I see Symmetra being rezzed, and I see the Winston. Do not target the Winston. The Winston has 998 health right now. Even if you're headshotting him non-stop, it would still take you like 4 seconds to kill him. Just kill the Mercy or the Sim here. Probably the Sim, right? Sim's gonna res, she's not gonna be able to dodge. Just shoot her right away when she comes out of this, right now. Kill the Sim to make sure that she can't kill anybody else. Then worry about the Mercy, then worry about the Winston, right? Don't shoot the tank right now. Right? Again, great shot on the Sim. It's not an easy shot to make in that situation. I don't know why you're sliding. You're trying to hit the Mercy. Now we see your projectile aim is not as good. So burning on the Winston, right? He's going to die here. Great. So we've capped it. Now the problem is it's 87 to 23, which means we are in what is called one fight territory, which means you need to win every fight from here on out in order to win this point because of a series of mistakes that you and your team have made, such that your only win condition now is to basically 3-0 them in the next 3 fights in order to win this point. That is a hard situation to be in, but it is not unfair, right? It's a culmination of the mistakes that you have made earlier around getting picked by the Sombra, not killing them fast enough when they had control of the point, not denying them from getting control of the point, etc., etc. So this is a really hard situation. I think most of the time you are not going to win this position. It is possible though, 20-25% of the time it does happen, but I'm just noting it's not a good spot to be in. So Sombra's here, good reaction right away, right? Now, really good reaction, right? Immediate turn, immediate duel, right? Which caused her to not be able to kill you. That's great. So, going out here. As a note, this is kind of a higher level read, but they've been doing a consistent teleport from here, right? Or like running through here to get to the point. I would just play their high ground, because then you can shoot them as they come forwards. But, all right, so they're coming forwards right now. I drop. Why? It's really hard to get good angles here to shoot them. But if I drop and play here, or here, or here, it's very, very strong. If the Winston dives me, I just slide away, right? Sojourn is very strong against Winston for this reason. It's extremely hard for Winston to ever get kills in the Sojourn. But like, let's look at this right now. How effective are you being? You're just kind of firing railguns, just kind of spamming shots. Okay, finally you slide in, but now we see that problem with the sliding, right? You slide, and then you could have just stopped right here and shot these 3 heroes who are frozen in grav. Easy, easy kills for you. But because you jump, you go past, and now you have no ability to hit anybody, right? And now all 3 heroes that got grabbed, nobody dies, and if nobody dies here, how are you going to win? Now you've lost 2, and there's almost no way for you to carry this fight, right? It's just way too hard at this point in time, so they're going to cap here. Right? They're going to cap, they have control, and then, there's nothing you can do about this. So, again, going back to accelerating the fight, right, and good mechanics. If I see them, look, hey, they're suddenly going to teleport in, I immediately drop, because I want to get that disruptor shot in right here. And honestly, if you fired it right away, that would be actually massive, because they'd all have to walk through it. Disrupt the shot right away, drop here, start applying pressure to whoever the first person is, Symmetra, try killing the Sim, try killing the Mercy, right? Keep applying pressure. They cannot kill me here, right? If I'm standing right here, I cannot die, at least not for a few seconds at a minimum. So play up here versus playing back, okay? Because at the end of the day, you'll be like, wait, how did we lose this fight? I was still alive. The thing is, you're just not taking enough risks to get enough value out of it. That's the important thing that you need to take away from this is you got to play up sometimes in order to accelerate damage. Because, like, look at this. Your Mei right now is being quadruple teamed, right, by 4 heroes right now, plus the turrets, while you're just sitting back here nice and comfortable. This can't be a position that you're in. Okay, you gotta get up there and start applying damage. You do it too late with bad mechanics, you go past the grav, and you can't make use of the tank ulti, and that means there's no way for you to win the fight. Okay. So let's watch it for the 3rd round, because it's similar problems, but not exactly the same. So, when you go up, decide which way to go. Left, right, doesn't matter. Just drop, get down, start fighting, right? You see how you double back now? This is taking you too long. And you see that during the period of time where you doubled back, they've managed to cross all the way over, and they've taken all this space away, right? So, mirrored, right? You look at the maps like this, right? So your team should be, here, 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 something like that, right? And their team should be here, 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 here. Basically the same thing mirrored. But because you are not able to get up and apply any pressure, the Winston's already here, which means your team is pushed all the way back to this area right now because their team is able to step forwards. And it seems like such a silly thing. You're like, well, does that really make a difference? It makes a huge difference. Because how do you get a kill from here, right? All you can see is a Lucio, which is hard for you to hit, right? Sojourn applies a ton of damage to you. You disrupt yourself to get the... I'm shocked that that worked, but we'll take it, right? And now they're going to cap the point because, again, you guys aren't doing a good enough job applying pressure, right? Winston's still over here, right? Applying pressure. Maybe you're not going to cap point. Roadhog's pretty beefy in this situation. But, oh yeah, so you lose your Kiriko, you trade out. Again, really good when you're able to actually shoot people, right? A note here, shooting bubble is not great because you only get like one point per charge. So try to avoid shooting in bubbles. So in this situation, don't shoot the bubble, shoot the Mercy. Force the Mercy to move at a minimum. Right? So we charge, Winston goes. What do? Now I go forwards because I don't want to be here. I don't want to shoot the Winston. I want to slide, jump forwards, and shoot the Mercy. Because where's the Mercy going to go? Well, she has two options. One, she goes to the Winston, in which case she dies immediately because she'll have to fly into 4 heroes. Or she goes to the Lucio. Great. That means she's still stuck between me and the rest of my team. So this is your moment to say, hey, Winston comes forward, I go forwards. Right? So backing this up for a second. So the Winston, right? Winston is going to jump to here, which means that you, as a Sojourn over here, jump to his back line and kill these 2 heroes. You can't do this all the time, but your read here can be, they have no DPS heroes, right? Both the Pharah and the Sombra are dead, which means the Mercy can't do any damage, probably, right? And Lucio is also a very low damage hero, so you're under no danger if you slide to their backline and you quickly kill their heroes off. That is how you win this fight, right? But you have to be able to read that and understand how dangerous are the enemy heroes? What are their abilities? Like if you look at Mercy or Lucio and you're like, I don't know what their abilities are, I don't know how much damage they do, then yeah, that's a huge part of learning Overwatch is just understanding more about the game, right? And learning more about the game. But my read here as a GM player is you just go forward, you kill both of them, right? No problem. But sitting here is wasting your time. Again, you would have killed everybody by now if you just went forwards. Mercy finally dies. Right? Winston's here, you slide away from him, which is like fine. I would have stayed high ground because you can hear the Lucio is getting zapped. Right? You can hear the Lucio getting zapped. So if you slide over here, right now, you can hear the Lucio on your right. Just turn and walk over here and kill the Lucio. See? Like this Lucio's dead if you just went to the right. But this is where audio awareness is huge, which is hard when you're new to the game. There's like so many different audio cues happening. But I can hear right now, I hear the Lucio in my right ear, right? I hear that step again right then, and then you can just turn to the right and kill Lucio versus just doing nothing against the Winston. All right. So Winston's super low. He dies. Great. You're finally able to cap the point, I think. Okay, good. So we have the point. We're in good shape. Right? Kill the Pharah. Excellent shot on the Pharah, right? Slide out. Nothing super exciting, right? Their team is trying to force this despite being down a hero, which is not good. Right? Winston comes for you. That's fine, right? You're saving your slide, which I think is good. I don't think you slide there because you don't have a reason to slide. Like, what are you sliding away from? Right? I would save the slide here. But great kill on the Mercy. Right? That's what I mean. It's like, this kill is nuts. Right? It's really, really good. Right? It was a headshot as well, but you didn't need it. Don't forget there's a mini health pack here. You're walking right past the mini health pack. As a reminder, health packs heal you. And I feel like it's ridiculous to say this, but because it's the second time we've seen you walk literally 1 meter away from a health pack that was on your screen and not pick it up, right? Pick it up, heal yourself. It's good. It's very useful. All right, so you see the rockets flying from the top right now, right? You see the rockets coming? So this rocket comes in. That means the Pharah has to be in the air. Look up for her. Right? Concussive goes off. You're still not looking for the Pharah. You kill the Sombra, right? Missed that. Railgun probably would have hit if you didn't hit the right wall. Good tracking. Yeah, great. Kill the Pharah. Excellent. So they have an Orisa now. Fine. You're fully charged. Okay. So we're just going after backline. That's the goal here. EMP goes off. No problem. So shield barrier or sound barrier goes down. Pop overclock. As a note, did you have full energy when you popped this? Oh, no, you didn't. Right? 1, 2. Great kills on the Pharah. Right? Missed the Mercy barely. Right? You hit her. It's fine. So, hey, look, they're all pushing in pretty aggressively. Like, look for kills, right? You disrupted to force off. This is all fine. Right? Miss another railgun. This is like a rare moment where you actually start missing them. don't go to the left. Okay? The reason why you don't want to go to the left here is Sombra is not good at targets that are far away because her SMG has such massive spread. So you're actually safer going this way into the open than you are going to the left. Because going to the left exposes you to both the Lucio and the Orisa, and you might get chased down. So going to the left here is a mistake. And now you see the Orisa's going to get up in your face, and now you're in trouble, right? Because now you're getting forced back, and you're not able to create any value. If you went to the right now, you'd be fine, right? You force the Sombra away, okay? And then you apply pressure to the Mercy, right? And shoot the Lucio, whatever it ends up being. But going to the left, now you're not able to hold that space for your team. But you still kill Lucio, excellent, right? Again, you're constantly able to get kills. Kills is not your problem. You've now killed both supports, both with headshots. Your aim is actually nuts. All right, so Terra Search happens, but unfortunately, like, you've just lost too many people, and now the point is capped. But this is a good example where if you're not able to hold that space, they're able to cap this, right? Back to here, right? At this moment in time, instead of going to the left, if you go to the right here, you hold this space out here, right? You shoot the Sombra, right? She probably has a translocate away. You're still out here right now. You get to shoot Lucio, you get to shoot the Mercy, Sombra, fine. She ambushes you, fine. You fight it out. You've been good at taking the duels against her all game. Okay, now you're out here, shooting, applying pressure. You can go into the art gallery. This is art gallery, right? Called art gallery because it has art on it. It's just, at my graphic setting, you don't see the art, I think. Is there art in here at higher graphic settings? I may be thinking of Lighthouse. But regardless, I still think of this as gallery, right? But like, you can go in here, you can use the mini, right, to stay alive, keep applying pressure, right? Help out your hog. But around the corner, it's very hard for you to do anything. And by the time you actually get the kills, with their tank alive, right, and he gets another kill right here, now you're held off and you have no ability to take the point. Right? So again, staying out in the open, right, away from where the enemy tank is, would be better. You're gonna take some spam here and die, I believe. Not yet. So, oh yeah, Sombra's here. Very slow reaction, I would say, to this. So I think if you're going to drop right away and tuck in here and get the mini. But instead, you keep running in a straight line. That allows the Sombra to keep shooting you. If she tries to chase you down, you're very lucky to not be dead right now. Yeah, Pharah eventually hits you with like a spam rocket and you die. Alright, I think you're gonna die spam here. Yeah, I mean, this is somewhat unlucky. I think there's no reason to be playing straight main right now. I don't think it's worth overanalyzing. A higher ranked player wouldn't have died here, but I'm not going to worry, like, try to explain why, because it's too much. But suffice to say, don't stand main with the rest of your team. Otherwise, you open yourself up to a lot of random bad luck. All right, so now we're pushing forward. You're in do or die situation. If you win this fight, you probably win the game, right? At 87, almost assuredly you're going to win the game. So it's you had 3 shots here to win the game, right? At 87. So remember when I talked about it on the second map, right? In the second map, I was like, look, you have to, one fight situation, you have to win 3 in a row. The enemy team is in the same situation, but even worse. They actually really have to win 4 in a row if your team is quick, but at lower ranks, people aren't as fast at regrouping. So they have to also win 3 fights in a row in order to win this round and thus win the game. You only need to win 1, but in each one of these, something is going to go awry, right? In this one, right, the Sombra captures you, you're not aware of her, you don't tuck in to get the mini, right? You just, in general, you don't stay to get healed by your Kiriko, everything is just kind of bad. So that's 1. Second one, you're going to get killed by spam, right? Okay, fine. Third one, right? So now we're in do or die situation, last fight. We really need to make a play now. So, Sombra's up here. Yeah, I think sliding up, I think you mess up the mechanics there. I think chasing her would have been a reasonable good idea. Right, you're poking her a little bit, right? Unfortunately, so you've traded out your tanks, which is good, but your Kiriko is also dead, so now there's not a lot you can do because Sound Barrier gets popped, and now you don't really have any options, right? Because now you're in a 2-on-4 situation, 2-on-5 situation because they got a res. There's no way for you to win this fight at this point in time. And you might say, oh, like, what am I supposed to do in that situation? The situation is don't lose the 3 prior fights where you had other opportunities to be able to win the game. Because coming into this fight, what do they have, right? They're going to have, right? They're going to have Terra Surge, and they're going to have Beat, and they are going to have Barrage. Plus, they already have control of the fight. Meanwhile, your team only has 2 ultimates, right? And Lucio Beat is one of the best ultimates in the game. So that's a huge problem. I think it's actually pretty lucky that you're able to trade out tanks here. Yeah. Okay, so recapping, right? I think you're going to climb pretty quickly, right, with more game time experience, knowledge, etc. Right? I think you need to understand what is your actual danger level, and if you're not in danger, be more aggressive. And more aggressive can be pushing on their off angle, it can be getting closer to them, it can be sliding into them and like popping disruptor shot. Whatever it ends up being, be more aggressive when you're not in danger. All right? And when you are in danger, try to figure out ways, how can I do my job while being in less danger when the danger is significant? So for example, when you went to the left towards the Orisa instead of right to the opposite side of the point, right, where you would have actually been safer. But that requires you to know what the other opposing heroes do and how strong they are and what their effective ranges are, and that takes a lot of time and experience and a lot of hours. Okay, I'm going to hold there. Hopefully this was helpful.